So I was given this set of markers to try out because when I do color, I either use the tri-blend markers from Spectrum Noir, or more recently, I'm using the Stampin' Blends from Stampin' Up. So I was asked to try these out and let you know what I think. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through the packaging first, and then we can get through or we can get to some of the projects that I did with these. So this comes in a little zippable case. I'm really liking that. Makes it really easy if you are one of the people like a planner or a card maker or something. You could easily take this on the road or take it to a crop or a retreat. It comes with 100 colors. And then let's just unzip this right quick. And this measures probably 6 by 6. A little bit bigger than 6 inches. And so it comes with this color marker set, the color swatch. And it just tells you what numbers, which those corresponding numbers are on the ends of the markers. And then you'll just color swatch. And that's what I'm about to do off camera. And that kind of allows you to see what the true color dried looks like. I have various color swatches that I have made over the years. Here's one for my Spectrum Noir. Just lets you look, like I said, it lets you compare to maybe either other colors or ink colors that you have, as well as if you're looking for a specific color, maybe to match a paper. The dried color is a whole lot better than just looking at the color of the marker. And then it also comes with this, and it'll be tucked kind of behind in your package. I thought it was just kind of like a protective flap, but no. It is if you are coloring thin sheets. So if you do any Bible journaling or planning where those papers are really, really thin, it's meant for you just to slip it in between your pages. So for instance, here is one of my journaling Bibles. If I were to take this page and just slip this little thin mat, and it's not silicone, it's not rubber, I don't know how to explain it, but it does have some thickness to it, but it also has some wipeability. And if I were just to put that in there like that, and then let's take, my theme here is purple. So not knowing what these colors look like, let's just take this one. This one is going to be the R623. And then let's take the bullet or the fine tip, and let's just say that I want to kind of add some doodling around this right here. And that protective sheet is going to make sure that it does not bleed over here. So you can see it bleeds to the other side, but journaling Bibles are like that. If you have planners, something like that, usually that other side is kind of okay. But what that's going to stop it from doing is bleeding to this side. So I felt like that was a really neat concept to include with this. And that is all I know for right now. I am going to go color swatch these, and then I will be back with a project. So off camera, I actually got my daughter to organize these markers and then color swatch them for me. And she is at that age that she loves to help, and this was really a fun project for her. For the stamped image, I am just pulling some of the colors using the color swatch sheet, and I am going to start coloring in these images. I am starting with a light yellow. I will leave the markers, the marker numbers that I used in the description. And then I'm going to come back in with a darker yellow and then just kind of highlight the tops of the petals and kind of bring that color down toward the middle of the petals. And I'll do that for both of these little daisies. Now to blend it somewhat, I am coming back in with that lighter color and then just going over where those two colors meet, and then it going all the way down to the end of the petals. Now for the little center part of the flower, I am using 2 browns. There's a lighter brown and then kind of a darker brown. And on the darker brown, there are some little dots that represent shading. And so I am just using that to go over those dots. I am going to finish coloring this flower again using the light and the dark and then go over with the light. But I wanted to talk you through some of the characteristics that I really enjoyed about these markers. Number one, the fluidity of the ink or the alcohol ink is really, really good. I felt like there were no dry tips. I did, for the most part, use the bullet tip instead of the broad tip, and I really prefer that bullet tip. On this marker, the bullet tip can be found by just looking at the marker, and it has that little gray ring around it. You'll see some of the markers laying on my table. You'll see that one end has the gray ring and then the other does not. And then also I really liked how fast they dried. Now, even though I have this image on that little rubber sheet that comes with it, it dried really well, and I was really surprised on how comparable these markers are. Here is a look at that finished image as well as a project. Here is a look at the finished card. I did come back in with even a darker orange for the centers or the tops of those petals.